Hi, I'm Rusty Cottrell, physical therapist. I've been interested in living as long as possible ever since I was 15 and as healthy as possible.
And I'm Debbie Cottrell, registered dietitian and specializing in functional medicine, and also very interested in healthy longevity. You know, you can't see it, but it's attacking every cell of your body every day.
Your body's rusting from the inside out, and here's how to stop it.
Today we want to share with you what oxidation is, what causes it, and then finally what you can do to combat it so that you can thrive throughout your whole life.
Imagine you're in a spaceship, hurling through outer space. You're in the front seat, the windows you can see out, and up ahead you see 300 sextillion asteroids headed your way. That's 24 zeros. Every single one of those asteroids that hits your spaceship is going to damage it. That's what free radicals do when they attack your cell.
So, explain to us, what exactly is oxidation? I mean, it's a common term people hear nowadays, but I think it's not really commonly understood. So what is it?
Oxidation refers to damage from reactive oxygen species. They're called ROSs, or free radicals.
Yes. These molecules are byproducts of metabolism, also environmental stresses.
ROS damage DNA, damage proteins, cell membranes, which is accelerating aging.
So it's kind of like the browning of an apple. Like if you cut an apple in half and you leave that apple open, and what happens to the cut side? It rusts. It turns brown, right? Okay, that's oxidation, browning that happens when it's exposed to the air. And our bodies actually also rust. So how about free radicals? So we talk a little bit about the free radicals, and again, it's a common term that people use, but what are they exactly?
Well, they're unstable. They're violently reactive molecules with an unpaired electron. Little sciencey there, but electrons prefer to travel in pairs, and free radicals seek to steal electrons from nearby molecules.
Okay, so you've got two holding hands, right? And that's how they like to be. But if there's one that's all by himself, he wants to be paired up with someone. So he's
Call
going
it electron theft. It destabilizes the other molecules, triggering a chain reaction of damage.
That's right. If free radicals grab an electron, let's say from some part of the body, then so that they're paired up, why is that bad? What happens?
Well, let's say it does it to a fat, for example.
Okay.
Well, then the cell membrane can be disrupted because the fat cell gets attacked from that free radical.
So that's not good for the cell membrane.
Right.
And then enzymes, when those are targeted.
Well, enzymes, you need it to do every single process in your body. You need an enzyme to make it happen, right? So when a free radical attacks the enzyme, it basically makes it inactive.
So then the enzyme can't do its job. Then that's not a good thing. And then when structural proteins maybe have an electron grabbed from them.
Well, you may have heard of proteins unraveling or misfolding. Like amyloidosis is a misfolded protein. Mm-hmm. They form harmful new structures.
So sometimes those little structures could be inert, but more often than not, it's a bad thing and it causes that damage.
Right.
Let's take a little deeper look at some of the biological consequences. Let's say what could happen with the immune system.
Well, when free radicals are attacking, the molecules that are attacked are now look foreign to your immune system, and then it's going to attack that. It's attacking yourself essentially, which is an autoimmune reaction.
So we have heard about autoimmune diseases, and you probably have heard about them as well. What are a couple of common autoimmune diseases?
Lupus, MS.
Okay. So chronic inflammation then can develop as part of the body's response to trying to repair the oxidative damage, and that chronic inflammation is also an issue. So besides the autoimmune reaction, then you can have just chronic inflammation within the body. What are some of the symptoms of chronic inflammation?
Oh,
joint
arthritis,
pains.
joint pain, which is arthritis.
Okay. Maybe skin issues.
Your arteries start, because of inflammation, your arteries start to harden.
Okay. So depending upon the organ where that inflammation is, it can attack that organ.
If it's in a
of the
kidney,
body.
it's going to cause scar tissue to form, and it's less filtering capacity.
Okay. So
Inflammation is in the long run is cancer.
Okay.
So chronic inflammation actually causes cancer in the long run.
right. So if the free radical rips an electron from the DNA, what happens then?
Well, it's essentially causing mutation, and the strand could break.
So broken DNA doesn't work properly, and if it's mutated, then that could be a really big problem.
Right.
Because you want your DNA to be presented properly.
Right. Exactly.
So we've talked some about the free radicals and about the damage that they can do to our system. How does that, when we think about how our body was supposed to handle these kinds of things, what were some of the kinds of things that the body was able to do in order to combat this free radical damage?
Well, the body deploys endogenous antioxidants. Those are things your body makes itself to neutralize free radicals. For example, you have glutathione, superoxide dismutase, and catalase, to name a few.
And then the antioxidants can donate a spare electron. Again, that holding of the hands. And an antioxidant would be something that you would take in. Maybe it's a food, maybe it's a supplement. They have spare electrons, so they can actually safely stop the chain reaction.
Right. So this preserves cell integrity and protects the DNA, the enzymes, the membranes from damage.
So how does oxidation actually drive aging?
Well, the ROSs, excess ROSs, overwhelm the repair systems, leading to cumulative damage. So every day it's damage accumulating. We call that aging.
So when we look back at the rusting from the inside out, and you think about a car, if you had your car parked out on the road and every day somebody walked by and keyed it, you'd have a buildup of damage then that would rust.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
There's actually the mitochondrial theory, and what they notice is the species that make lower ROSs tend to live longer.
So species as in like humans or animals, when their mitochondria is functioning properly, because again, when mitochondria aren't functioning properly, and we've talked about this before, it's kind of like a car that doesn't run really well, and it kicks out a lot of bad exhaust.
Right, you can have efficient or inefficient mitochondria.
Right.
For sure.
So the less efficient, more exhaust that the mitochondria are kicking out, the more damage there is. So if the mitochondria are more efficient, they're healthier, then there's less exhaust, then that particular species, human, animal, is going to live longer.
Yeah, and free radicals themselves can actually damage the mitochondria too, so it's kind of a revolving
Vicious
door.
cycle. Yeah.
So balancing oxidative stress is the key to longevity and disease prevention.
So again, we've talked a little bit about what the body could do. What about lifestyle choices? What are some of the lifestyle choices that we could do?
Well, your lifestyle choices definitely affect whether you're going to make endogenous enzymes or not, but essentially you can have a diet rich in antioxidants, counter oxidative stress.
Okay, so those would be antioxidant-rich foods.
Like whole plant foods, fruits, vegetables, berries, greens, that kind of thing.
And how about processed foods? Are there antioxidants in processed foods?
You want to avoid that.
You
Even excessive animal fats, refined sugars, because they add extra free radicals.
Ooh, so those processed foods are actually shooting us in the foot, not giving us any nutrients, and definitely not helping us to combat oxidative stress.
Just kind of look at it also as like avoiding environmental factors like pollution, smoking. Those also boost oxidation. I mean, just pumping gas at the gas station, it's just
You're
extra free radicals.
exposed to free radicals, so
Yes.
then the body has to somehow neutralize those. So then the enzymes that the body produces, the foods that we take in actually help to combat that. So
Right.
these things help, but is there anything that you can do to actually help your body to produce more of those special antioxidant enzymes.
Yes, it's called nutrigenomics. And essentially, there's nutrients you can take that affect the way your genes express themselves. We call it activation. And if you are interested, you can look at this video here and learn more about activation.
It's amazing. You know, the body is an amazing thing. And given the wrong things, those free radical damaging, items, that can cause stress on the body, it can cause damage to the body. But when you can actually activate the body to function like it's supposed to, it's like flipping on a light switch. I mean, all of a sudden, what was a dark room is now lit up with healthy enzymes that can help your body.
Well, thing you might notice is when you were younger, you felt better than you do now. Well, essentially, your body is able to make those endogenous enzymes at a very full rate at that time. Well, we know from science that as we get older, we're making less and less and less of those enzymes. So with the key thing about activation is reversing that process and actually activating those enzymes production like you were an infant all over again.
That's absolutely amazing, and just fun to think about how we can actually help our bodies to thrive much longer. So some practical strategies, again, to kind of recap, to reduce oxidation. Eating a colorful variety of antioxidant-rich foods daily.
Yeah, keep spices going in your different foods you're making.
Because some of those spices are high in antioxidants, like turmeric, cinnamon, some of the herbs.
Right.
Yeah. How about
Exercising regularly improves mitochondrial efficiency, so you're producing less ROSs and still getting good energy.
And also reducing your intake of free radical damaging foods, free radical forming
like saturated
foods.
fats, processed foods.
So the key takeaways for today: oxidation is a major driver of aging and disease.
If you went on basically the medical science website called pubmed.gov and you just typed in oxidative stress, there's hundreds of thousands of studies linking it to every chronic disease known to man.
And those reactive oxygen species, those free radicals, they actually damage our cells. That's inevitable, but it's manageable through diet, lifestyle, prioritizing plant-based foods, antioxidant-rich foods, and then also by supporting your body's natural defenses for long-term vitality.
Going back to our outer space metaphor, if you're able to laser those 300 sextillion asteroids out there like free radicals, and you're able to destroy them before they hit your spaceship, that's what we're trying to do with activation.
And again, activation through nutrigenomics. Those are nutrients that actually positively affect your genetic.
Right. For example, the molecule of SOD can eliminate 1 million free radicals per second.
That's just one molecule of SOD.
Yeah, and there's 186,000 seconds in a day. So one molecule of SOD that your body can make endogenously can eliminate 186,000 million free radicals that one day.
That's huge.
Imagine having one of those enzymes in every one of your cells.
That's what I want.
Me too.
We wanted to share it with you. We hope this has been valuable for you. Maybe you know someone that really needs to know this. They've got a lot of damage to their cells. It's manifesting in various issues in their body, and they need to reduce those free radicals that are attacking them. Please share this with them. Hit that like button so more people can find out about how the body can fight these damaging free radicals. And we'd love to have you hit the subscribe button as well so that you don't miss future episodes. And until next time, aloha.